Hey friends, my name is Amy Rebecca and welcome back to the 5th and final day of this 5-day declutter that we've been doing. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going a little bit rogue today and I'm actually not going to be filming a declutter with me style vlog video. I hope that's okay. Don't worry, I have an attic declutter coming up in the very near future, so if you're just here to watch me like cry into a pile of junk and feel overwhelmed, that is coming soon. But I don't know, I just felt like this video, for some reason I woke up, I felt like this was the video I wanted to film. Like maybe this video would be more helpful to you guys. And also the thing that I really want to declutter today is my underwear drawer, and I don't think I want to do that on the internet. Like there's some weird people on the internet. We're not getting into that right now, but hopefully you find this video helpful, informative, enjoyable in some way, shape or form. And I know right now a lot of you are going to be thinking, Ames, I don't have OCD. How is this going to be helpful to me? But just watch, listen, go with it. I think you're going to find that a lot of this information does resonate with you. And at the very least, consider it an educational experience. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, give this video a thumbs up. I have my free 5-day declutter workbook in the description box down below, so you can go and pick up one of those if you're interested. And also still some spaces available on the 12-week declutter course. That is linked down below too. And now let's chat. Okay, so as is probably obvious by the fact that I am filming this video, I have OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder. I don't think I've ever really talked about it on this channel. I may have referenced it here and there, but I don't know, it just never came up in conversation, you know? But yeah, when I was maybe 19, 20 years old, I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. I had had it all throughout my childhood, and I'm sure most of us already know, but obsessive compulsive disorder is a mental disorder in which people get these like constant thoughts, which are obsessions, and then compulsions, which is just like actions or routines that you feel compelled to act out. Like with a lot of things, OCD has a pretty big spectrum and it can be a really debilitating illness. It can really affect people's day-to-day lives and it can be truly awful. I am very fortunate in that even at my worst, my symptoms were not that bad and it was very manageable, and over the course of many years I've managed to get it a little bit more under control, so I'm very grateful for that. I'm very lucky. And of course this is a wide-ranging topic. Just because I have OCD doesn't mean I speak for everyone who has OCD. I think that goes without saying. But I just got to thinking about this yesterday, because if you watched yesterday's declutter, and I think even earlier in the week I had mentioned this thing that someone had said to me once, which was, you are the most and least organized person I have ever met. And then when you looked at that drawer yesterday, disaster. Even now when I look at it, it's still not organized. There's less stuff, but it's not organized. And when you look around, I have this weird dichotomy of some things are obsessively organized, like my books on my bookcase, organized by genre and then by date that it was written and then by author, like, and don't move them around or I will kill you. But then other things like that drawer, complete shambles, shambolic mess. And that is because of my obsessive compulsive disorder, because over the course of many years I have trained myself to have messy spaces, or to allow certain messes or disorganization to be present in my life. With OCD, it is a compulsion. You feel like I have to do this, I have to have things organized this way or play out this certain way, and it's really difficult to overcome that. But by taking really small steps over a long time, I've been able to, I don't know, I guess make those feelings less. Okay, so why is any of this relevant to the 5-day declutter? Well, here's the thing that I was thinking of last night. I was watching that TV show, Hoarders. If you haven't seen it, 10 out of 10 would recommend if you love trash TV. But basically, it's where they get this team of cleaning experts and a psychologist to go in and help with people with extreme hoarding. The one I watched last night, this woman was hoarding dead animals. Like, she would pick them off the side of the road and like put them in her fridge. And that was a lot. But what you will often find is that hoarding and OCD, they come as a package deal. Hoarding, like real hoarding, is a compulsion. It's not like, oh, I really like shoes, so I'm gonna have a lot of them. It's like, I can't get rid of this pair of shoes. I would rather die. And I think for the longest time, that is what has made decluttering so difficult for me, is because I have held on to a lot of things out of a sense of compulsion, and I didn't even really realize it. Obviously, I'm not a hoarder. I have a lot of junk, but I'm not a hoarder. But definitely there would be certain things that I would feel like I couldn't get rid of, even though the logical side of my brain was like, why do you need this? So I was thinking this last night watching Hoarders, realizing that, yeah, my OCD probably has slowed down my decluttering process, makes it a little bit more difficult for me. But then I had this realization that when I was writing my ebook for the decluttering course, in the introduction to that, I had a whole list of reasons why you might feel like you can't let something go. We don't all do it for the same reason. Like, the effect is the same in that we have too much stuff, but the reason behind it can be different for everyone. And then that made me think, well, are we all holding on to junk out of a sense of compulsion? And I think yes. Even if you don't have obsessive compulsive disorder, this is not me trying to put on my psychiatrist's coat and be like, maybe you have some undiagnosed OCD. Obviously not. But what I'm saying is, if you can look in your wardrobe and see a bunch of clothes that you haven't worn in 10 plus years, that maybe even don't fit you, that maybe even, you know, you have literally nowhere to wear them, but you feel like you can't let them go just in case. Is that a compulsion? You feel like you can't let it go. It defies logic, but for some reason, something nagging at the back of your head is saying, no, I must hold on to it. Again, I'm not saying that is OCD. I'm just saying, is that something that I experience having OCD that other people experience just as, I guess, as a product of consumer culture? If this is something that you struggle with, if you find it really hard to part with things, even though you know you don't use them, you're probably not going to use them, you don't need them, they're taking up space, all those reasons, the best thing you can do, and the best thing that I did and I implemented when I was decluttering, is to try and be as practical as possible. So I have a list of questions that I ask myself. It's different for each category. Like, for instance, the example I used a few weeks ago with clothing was, if I was in the shop today, would I buy it? Yes, you keep it. No, you don't. There's no grey area. There's no in between. I don't give myself that luxury of, oh no, I wouldn't, but I want to keep it. It's a simple yes or no. And that way I'm able to overcome that obstacle where my illogical brain is like wanting to hold on to everything. And I have found that to be hugely helpful. So I would say, if you are struggling to declutter things and you feel like, I keep holding on to these things that I know that I don't need, you just need to try and tap into the more logical side of you. And I would definitely, you know, keep watching YouTube videos, keep using resources, look and see what techniques other people are using. Of course, you are so welcome to sign up to my course. I go through all the questions and all the steps that I take to help me avoid that emotional compulsive connection I have to stuff. But also, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. I'm not offended. Like, you can go take a look on Pinterest, Google it. I just feel like you can overcome that. There are ways to work through that. It might be a long process. It has been for me, but it is possible. What I'm trying to say is, even if decluttering is hard for you, you will get there. I mean, I hope you found that helpful. I hope you found it, I I don't know, I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for those of you who are looking for another declutter with me today, but I promise the attic one is coming soon. I just thought this would be interesting to share today. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, do all the things. But yeah, remember that I love you all so much. You are enough just as you are, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!